Recording in progress.
Hello? Hello?
Hi, Kevin. It's nice to meet you.
Hello. And there's only 3 people?
Oh, some more people would join. I started a little bit early, so you're the first person here.
Oh, right. It's only 1:56. Makes sense.
Well, my name is Alexandra, and I'm going to be teaching all the Got Science workshops, so you see me every week if you sign up.
Cool. And we got all the supplies. Apple cider, the little measuring cup, teaspoon, mold, and everything.
Awesome. Sounds like you have most of the stuff.
You have a microwave, or the strainer, or the spoon. Oh yeah, I forgot, the optional. The sort of good color.
Awesome. I have food coloring too, so we can make something pretty cool today. We'll give everyone a couple more minutes until 2 o'clock, and then we will start. Is the sound echoing at all for you? Oh, Kevin, you're muted.
Yeah, I am muted.
I was asking, can you hear me well, or is it echoing?
Echoing because there's another Alexandra right. Because there's 2 of you.
Just my second camera, but let me see if I can figure this out.
I think it's you. You're self-echoing. Do you have a speaker?
No speaker.
Well, that wouldn't explain that.
Oh, there we go. No echo?
Huh? No echo.
Perfect.
I guess we're first gonna pour the apple cider. I mean, we only have 5% acidity.
In your apple cider vinegar?
I got apple cider vinegar, but only 5% acidity.
Well, that's okay. I think our activity should still work.
I mean, you said acidic, so that means any level of acidity. 100%, 1%, both work. Imagine we're first going to put the apple cider in, and then with the liquid measuring cup.
Well, we'll see. I'll let you know when we start.
How much milk do we need?
We're going to use 1 cup of milk.
Okay, just so we only have 1 cup. And how much vinegar are we gonna need?
For vinegar, we will use 4 tablespoons, but not yet. Only when we get to that part.
Because we'll mess up everything else.
Okay, we'll give our friends maybe 2 more minutes, and then we'll just go ahead and get started. Maybe everybody's running late today. Okay, so we are going to go ahead and get started, and if anybody joins, then I'll let them in. But since it is 2:01, I think it's time for us to start.
Good idea.
Yeah, I think so too. All right. Share my screen real quick. Okay, so welcome to Got Science. My name is Alexandra, like I said, and I am the 4-H and Facebook STEM intern, so I get to help lead lots of different science workshops for kids just like you. A little bit about me is I really love science and engineering, and I especially like the designing part and building things to help other people. And my favorite color is blue, which maybe you guessed from the background of the slide since they're all blue. Okay, so now you get to introduce yourself so I can hear a little bit about you. So you can share your name, what grade you're in, your favorite color, and your favorite science topic.
My name's Casein. I'm in 3rd grade. My favorite color is blue because everybody likes
Awesome.
blue.
What shade of blue do you like?
I like light blue.
Me too. Me too. Looks like we
My
already
favorite science topic is chemistry. I like
Is
it.
chemistry?
Yeah, and yeah, maybe it's physics. That's nice too.
Great. Well,
Oh.
I think chemistry is really awesome, and we're going to be talking about chemistry a little bit today, but more next week. So that's great that you like chemistry already.
And did you know blue is actually one of the most? It's a world's. What's it called again? Yeah, the world's most favorite color.
Oh. Cool. Okay, so today we are going to be turning milk into plastic. So before we start our activity, I have some pictures just to show you of different kinds of milk plastics, or casein plastics is another term for it. So what do you see in the top picture, the one where the background is black?
Oh yeah, plates, and everything has a hole in it.
Yeah, that is true. These are all different things that are made out of casein plastic. So there's like a plate, some dominoes, a hair comb, a spoon, and these are at a museum called the Museum of Applied Arts and Sciences. And then in the bottom picture are vintage casein plastic buttons. So they're pretty old, and someone's selling them on Etsy. But earlier in the 1900s, instead of using the sort of chemical plastics that we have today, milk plastics and casein plastics were used to make all of these items.
Whoa.
I know, right? That's pretty crazy.
That's revolutionizing. You don't dig into the earth.
So from the early 1900s until about 1945, milk was used to make plastic ornaments, buttons, jewelry, the backs of handheld mirrors, combs and brush sets, all types of things. And milk plastic was even used to make the jewelry for Queen Mary of England. Isn't that crazy?
What?
Okay, so we are going to be making our own casein plastic with hot milk and vinegar. Okay, so the materials that you need are here, and I'm just going to read through them to make sure that we have everything that we need. So milk, have some milk. Acidic vinegar, I'm using apple cider vinegar. A spoon, a strainer, napkins, medium-sized bowl, liquid measuring cup, tablespoon measuring cup, food coloring, which is optional, but if you have it, then great. If you don't, that's okay. A shaper or a small mold. Mine's in the shape of a clover and in the shape of a little dog bone. Spatula, some string or yarn, if you have it. Glitter, and
We don't have
access
string or yarn? Okay.
Oh, that's okay. You don't have to have yarn. And you can always add it later if you get some. Okay, so now we are going to start. Do you have any questions before we start?
You didn't add string and everything. The string thing.
The string thing?
Yeah, you didn't add that. You didn't add that to our stuff. Your list.
Oh, are you sure?
Yeah, you didn't add string.
Okay, well that's okay. You can always add it later if you
have it. That's okay.
But it is optional, so if not, that's totally okay. All right, so our first step, we need our measuring cup. I'll move the camera down so you can see a little better. Okay, so I have my measuring cup, and I also need my milk. And I'm going to pour 1 cup of milk. And you can give me a thumbs up once you poured 1 cup of milk. That way I know that you're good to go.
We were worrying about the string. I got the string.
Oh, yay, awesome.
That was just actually a rubber band, but rubber bands work.
Okay, so all you're gonna do is pour 1 cup of milk.
Grandma, can you add a bit more? We have to be really specific. Perfect. There, we got 1 cup of milk.
Great, okay. Now you're gonna take your 1 cup of milk and we're gonna put it in the microwave for 1.5 minutes or 90 seconds.
Put 1.5 minutes or 90 seconds. I'll clean this up.
Perfect. So I'm going to move to my microwave, and then while the milk is in the microwave, I have a short video about lots of different kinds of edible plastics that we can watch. It goes in the microwave, and then we'll come right back.
You can eat plastic?
Some kinds. That's what we're going to learn about. Can you still see this video?
Yep, we can see the PBS video.
Great. Let me just make sure that I'm sharing with sound so you can hear it too. Perfect. I'm going to play this, and I'm going to move to the microwave.
Get in your car. Pick up your morning lunch, or maybe your morning big gulp. You are surrounded by plastic.
Hello? You can't even eat breakfast without plastic. And all this packaging is a big source of waste.
It's more likely to pile up in our landfills than it is to get recycled. I'm Katie Herzog.
Good mouthfeel? Oaky finish?
Today, we're visiting a scientist who's taking on the future of plastic waste. So you think you have a plan to reduce food packaging waste.
I do.
And what is your idea?
One of the ways using edible packaging.
Edible packaging.
Edible packaging basically it's made using all the material edible, like food ingredient.
All right, science.
Yeah, science.
Magic. All right, so what do we have here?
Fruit roll, or sometimes called fruit leather. You can see after you open them, you have those plastic wraps, right?
So this is plastic.
It's plastic, and then you have to throw away. That's a waste, right? Good. So what you can do is, you can roll your fruits here, right? It's preventing sticky.
Oh, yeah.
Then you can just eating them together. Just give a try.
All right, so
Yeah.
all right.
You can bite them. Yeah.
Not bad.
Yeah. Thank you.
Not bad at all.
Yeah.
Zal says it probably won't replace all plastic food packaging, but it could replace a lot of the packaging within packaging. String cheese, instant coffee, instant oatmeal, the seasoning in your ramen noodles, those bags that keep your cereal fresh, plastic bags on fruits and veggies, the plastic that protects your chicken breast. All of that packaging could be consumed with your food. Yeah, so how far could we take this? What's the future of edible food packaging?
Oh yes. Then let's look at the other options as a fruit coating.
Strawberries, bananas, pears. And then she watched to see if her recipe would make the food last longer.
We did a try in the lab, but it works very, very well for extending shelf life.
So these are the same age?
Same age.
All right, this one looks fresher. Let's try it. Pretty good.
Yeah.
I'd eat that. I did eat that. So how realistic is this? Are we actually going to be eating our food packaging someday? Maybe. Researchers around the world are looking for the perfect recipe to make plastic food packaging disappear. Some are using milk protein to make an alternative to plastic wrap. Others have used gelatin to make edible blobs that could replace our water bottles. KFC recently tried serving its coffee in a cup made out of a cookie, which means even if we're not eating big packaging like this, we could be throwing away less plastic and eating our way to a cleaner planet.
Okay, so I think that was a pretty cool video. I don't know about you, but I thought that was interesting.
Yeah, and they mentioned casein plastic.
Yeah, you're right. I thought that was cool also.
And I got my microwave milk.
All right, I'm going to go back to our presentation. Let's see.
That's turning cold.
Okay, so you already took your milk out of the microwave, right? Perfect. Okay, so our next step, we are going to take our tablespoon measuring cup and measure out 4 tablespoons of vinegar and then add the vinegar into the milk.
Wait, we're pouring vinegar into 2 things.
Can you say that again?
We're pouring vinegar into 2 things. First into a
Into
small
the
bowl.
milk.
No, we're just pour it here.
Yeah, so we're measuring out 4 tablespoons of vinegar and putting that into that container that has the milk in it.
Yeah, put it in there. I know, no, but we have to wear a mask with tablespoons, which is only this, and we can easily spill, which is not good.
Be careful, you got it.
Tablespoon. Tablespoon, come on.
There's my 2nd tablespoon of vinegar.
Look, I got, wait, whoa.
Third one.
A tablespoon is a big one. Can you wait? We're only on the first one.
Of course.
1 tablespoon. 2 tablespoons. Oh, sorry. 3 careful tablespoons. Last tablespoon. I think I did 4 tablespoons. Exactly. We got everything into the stinky milk.
Yeah, it does kind of smell. So now you can use your spoon and stir the vinegar into the milk. And let me know if you see any changes in your milk.
Well, the first change it turns peach. Second change it's way more stinky. Third change, it looks like there's oil on top of the milk.
Oh, okay. So you're right. There is something on top of the milk. Does your milk look like you have layers?
Okay, this must be skim milk. The thing on top. It's so fatty. Oh yeah, I forgot. These are proteins.
Yeah, so on the surface of the milk, on the top, is the fat that was in the milk. On the bottom, you have the proteins and the water, everything else the milk is made of. And as you're stirring it, the vinegar is mixing in with the milk. And you start to see little clumps, right? Little curds of milk.
And that must be the protein. That's less denser than the vinegar milk, apple cider vinegar milk.
That's the casein, right?
Oh, that's why it's called casein plastic.
So I don't know if you can see mine very well, but can you see the clumps in it? Does yours look similar? You have lots of clumps in your milk?
Yep. It feels weird. Like hot, clumpy snow.
So keep stirring for about 1 more minute, and then we'll move on to the next step.
Okay. Mix. This must be about 1 minute. What did eat coffee? This must be about 1 minute.
Yep, okay. So the next thing we're going to do is you need your strainer and bowl.
Oh, wait.
The bowl.
Whoa. That's weird. We need another bowl. Oh, wait. Are we going to do any more microwaving?
No more microwaving. We are all done with the microwave.
Hey, Ma, can you help me pour all this stuff into the strainer? And hold your nose, please. It's not gonna, okay. It's not gonna smell good.
It's okay, Camille.
It's not good.
So the reason that the milk started to clump together is because the acid in the vinegar is breaking down the proteins in the milk. And now we made a substance called casein. And casein is the Latin word for cheese. So casein plastic is like cheese plastic.
Okay.
So yep, you're going to pour the milk through the strainer into your bowl.
It's slow.
Yeah, it might be a little slow, but that's okay.
It's blocking the strainers.
Exactly. So in the strainer, you should have all the little bits of casein, and in the bowl, you should have mostly kind of watery milk.
Watery. It looks like lemon juice. Way stinkier.
And then if you have your spatula, you can wipe the bowl that had the milk in it to get any extra bits of casein.
This is pretty important. Careful, pour. And why does it have to be hot? Does it help it mix? I can't hold this thing.
Go. So the proteins in the milk don't mix that well with the acid, and so it starts to form the blobs or the curds, and that's what you have in your strainer. But the plastics that we use today for like plastic bags or plastic cups, plastics everywhere, those are all called polymers, but our casein plastic is a little bit different. It's a monomer.
I know what a polymer is. A polymer is a chain of carbon atoms. It's very strong.
Well, not necessarily carbon atoms, but definitely a chain of molecules for sure.
I was thinking carbon.
And once you feel like you have all the liquid that's gotten out of your strainer, you can give me a thumbs up. That way I know.
Okay. We'll just wait for a few more minutes just to get all this thing out. This is
okay. Have you learned about pH yet, and maybe in school or on your own?
Oh yeah, we've already learned about pH. It's how much acidity there is.
Exactly, yeah. So vinegar is very acidic and milk not really acidic. And so what happens is that when you added the vinegar, it changed the pH of the milk and vinegar solution. And when that happened, it made all these casein molecules unfold and reorganize into a long chain. And that curdled the milk.
Oh wait, I'll just take this off. This is extra casein. We need the casein. Sure.
Yeah, we need the casein.
And then just putting it.
The liquid in the bowl, we don't really care about that anymore.
Pretty much. We're not gonna throw it out to our plants though. Come on. Oh yeah, that's some extra. Oh whoa. Come on, shake it.
Do you think you've gotten most of the casein?
Yep, except this extra bit of vinegar.
Oh, that's okay. So once you have your casein that's in the strainer, you can go ahead and use a spatula and just wipe it onto a napkin.
Huh? The other, into where?
I'm onto a napkin, so see how I have my casein is in the strainer?
Yeah.
I'm just gonna put it onto my napkin.
Okay. Our napkin is not very strong at all. It's super resistant to milk plastic. Not very good. Let me see if I'm not resistant. An extra layer should do good. Even that much. Come on. Looks. Carefully. Oh, I forgot about the gloves. It's okay. That's only for extra safety. And did pretty much work. Let's fold it. What about the mold and stuff?
The mold we're gonna use it in a second. Do you have your casein plastic on the napkin?
Not yet.
Okay.
Oh, okay. That looks weird. I thought they would be hard to get out. This extra casein should be ours. Not this. Come inside. Go inside with your mom. There. Perfect. Get all this extra casein.
So while you're doing that, plastics are a group of materials that can be molded into lots of different shapes. So you get to pick what shape you want to mold your plastic into. You can use the mold, you can use your hands, whatever you want to do.
I don't like my hands getting dirty. I'll use the mold.
Perfect. And all plastics are made up of molecules that repeat themselves in a chain called a polymer. And polymers can be made up of multiple different types of molecules that are linked in a pattern. So like orange, blue, blue, orange, blue, blue, orange, blue, blue. That pattern, that could be a polymer. But orange, 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 that would be a monomer because it's just one type of molecule and it's not really in a pattern.
Okay. We got it. So should I put it into the mold?
Perfect. Not yet. Now we're going to use our food coloring.
Oh, yeah.
If you want, you don't have to, but I think it's fun.
Okay. But which color should I pick? Should we separate or something?
However you want to do it, it's up to you. I'm going to use green this time, and I used blue earlier today.
Wait, what? You made another batch?
Yeah, I made one earlier because I wanted to see how many different shapes I could make. So all I'm going to do with my food coloring is put a drop in the middle of the casein plastic.
Okay.
And then use my fingers to mix it in. Or you can use your spoon so you don't get your hands dirty.
Even though if it takes my hands getting dirty, it's not my thing. Even though my hands are stinky, not my thing. But it works. We're using each one. That'll be green.
One drop?
Yes. Whoa. It looks nice. Mix.
It still feels really warm. It's so weird to feel it on my fingers.
I know. It feels like a solid. It looks like a solid. Yes, more. Yep, okay, yeah. You see that green food there?
I'm just mixing the food coloring in. Mine's gonna be green.
I'm not. Oh, yeah. Okay. Oh no. I'll just have to use my other hand. Which means to
Use the plastic. Use the other
I've
plastics.
already done that. That won't work at all. Okay, you can mix them together. Okay. Oh, wait. Will this dry? Yes.
It will dry, yeah. Actually, I can show you what one looks like when it's kind of dried. This is the one that I made this morning, and it's not all the way dry, but it's definitely more dry than we have now. Can you see it?
Oh, that is dry.
Yeah, so this one's in the shape of a bone, because that's the mold that I had, like a dog bone.
Mhm. Do you like dogs? I like dogs.
I do like dogs. I have a pet puppy right now.
Oh, that makes sense.
Okay, so do you have your food coloring all mixed in?
Not really. Let me just wash my hands so I can mix the other one.
Okay.
Come on. Food coloring. Mother, are you okay? Oh, okay. And did you write? Ew. Oh man, that's bad. Oh, now we got it.
Awesome. So once you have your food coloring, you can also, if you have glitter, you don't have to, but if you have it, you can add some glitter to decorate your casein plastic.
I'm not gonna hold my card, please.
I have red hands.
I'm going to add a little bit glitter to mine. I'm using red glitter.
I don't have glitter, so I'm gonna put it into my mold.
Okay, yep, that is the next step. Add your casein plastic to your mold and make it in that shape.
Yep. This is gonna be horrible. We don't have an extra mold.
Oh no, it's okay. You can always shape it with your hand. You can make a heart or a star.
I'm not very good at making clay stuff, like stuff. But
Oh,
my
it's
dad,
okay.
my dad was thinking we're gonna master pH. I never knew there was something called casein plastic. And
I
now
know,
it's one. It's called casein. It's made out of the clumpy stuff.
Yep, so I just shaped my plastic into my little dog bone mold again. See?
Oh, okay. Hey, Mother, do you know where a cut rubber band is? A green cut rubber band? Yeah. Right there. Where? In the world.
Okay, so let's go over the part with the string. And this you do once your casein plastic has already hardened. So the plastic takes 24 hours to fully harden. So right now, once you have it in the shape that you want, you can just leave it to sit overnight. And then tomorrow, you can add the string if you want to.
Okay. How do we do that? Glue it?
So the way that you would add the string is, here's mine that I made earlier. This is a different one. Can you see how there's like a tiny hole in the top?
Wait, what? How did you make that?
The way that I made the hole was I just took the back of my spoon and poked a little hole.
Okay. My spoon is not tiny, so I'll just find another one in my time. Okay. I'll just have to use the giant knife. Don't have much of a choice now. Oh no, we shouldn't do that. Should we make it dry or something?
What'd you say?
Should we wait it for dry or something?
No, you don't want to wait for it to dry, because then if you make a hole, it might crack. So you want to do it while it's soft. So just make a little hole that you can put string through once it's dry.
Emergency. You can use this. Good point. No, use it bottom.
There you go.
Okay, I just hope it works. I made a tiny itty bitty hole.
Awesome.
There, got it.
And then once it's dry, you can take your string and thread it through the hole. Once it's dry, so tomorrow.
Yeah, tomorrow.
Tomorrow, perfect. And you can take it, you can hang it as like a Christmas tree ornament when it's Christmas. You can hang it in front of a window. You can wear it as a necklace, whatever you want to do with it.
Yes, just let me find the next mold. So where's the next mold? It's going to dry quickly. Mom, do you know where the other mold is?
No.
No. We need another mold. I cannot think about it. Okay.
Kevin, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here. Just looking for another mold.
Oh, it's okay. So before we end today, let's go over what our activity was today and how we talked about casein plastics. Okay, so first thing, and I just kind of said it by accident. Oops. What is the name of the thing that we made? What is it called?
Casein plastic?
Casein plastic, exactly. That was an easy one. Okay. And what are some things that you can use casein plastics for?
Good question. You can use them for plates. You can use them for cones, plates. I think they can be used as straws.
Yeah, exactly. You can use for jewelry, like you said, plates, combs, brushes, whatever you want. And why do the clumps form? Why do the clumps form in the milk?
What's that again? The clumps form in the milk because, they're like oil and water. They don't mix with the oil. I mean, vinegar, not oil. Vinegar.
Exactly. So the vinegar makes the milk more acidic, and it makes the casein molecules unfold and sort of curdle. And those curdles are the chunks that you see, just like curdled milk. And one really cool thing about casein plastics is that it does a really great job of keeping oxygen away from your food. So like when you want to store food, casein plastic does a better job at keeping oxygen away from your food than regular plastics do. And casein plastic is biodegradable, so it's great for the environment, and it doesn't cause lots of trash.
Yeah, and I imagine between 1945 and that other time you said, there were a lot of cows.
Yeah, there probably were a lot of cows, more farms and cows than we have now, for sure.
Way less. Way less. The population of the world is growing more meat. Everybody likes meat. Even I eat like meat. I eat it. I'm not a vegetarian.
Well, me either. I'm not a vegetarian either.
Meat is delicious. And yeah, my mom just cooked shrimp fry today. And I'm going to have a snack after this. Yeah.
Okay, so we are just about out of time. Do you have any last questions before we finish up?
When is the next class?
The next class is same place, same time, next Thursday. And that is, let me look at my calendar, July 8th at 2 o'clock.
Seriously, you're late? I've already made another one.
Okay, so we are all done for today. Remember, once you put your casein plastic in the mold, just let it sit overnight because it has to harden. If you mess with it, it could crack or break, and you want to keep it same shape.
That is not going to be easy because it's on the tissue on the dining table.
Well, you can move it on a napkin. I just mean don't pick it up by itself.
I will. So, see you next Thursday.
Yep, see you next Thursday. Bye, Kevin.
Thanks for sharing Got Science.
You're welcome. See you next week.
Bye-bye. Okay.
Is it back here?